Alright guys, so if you have not seen yet, which I don't know how you haven't, but Necromancy releases on August the 7th, which is way sooner than any of us could have possibly expected, which is so exciting. But as a result, we need to prepare for it, and we have some things to do, and I thought I'd talk through you guys real quickly about what I am doing in order to prepare for Necromancy. And maybe there are some tips here that you guys could benefit from as well. So obviously here we have the item list of things that might be useful. So basically I've got like some of the stuff. I've kind of focused more on like the higher tier bones, like like dragonkin bones, hardened dragon bones, like reinforced bones, dinosaur bones. I haven't really gone for the orc bones or the frost bones. That might be a mistake, but I'm hoping that those bones will suffice. Oh, and wyvern bones from Wildy flash events, you get loads from there. So I'm kind of just hoping that that's probably enough, because bones are insanely expensive right now. So I've tried to not spend too much money on that because I feel like it might be slightly wasteful. And I have a feeling that on release day, people will realize that they've bought too many bones and then panic sell them. Because I imagine the majority of the combat training, well, not the majority of the necromancy training I will be doing will be through combat. And I imagine these bones are more ritual based, which I'm hoping is worse XP than combat. I don't know, but I'm hoping it's going to be like that. So yeah, I haven't gone too deep into the bones. That's what I've done anyway. And of course we have the subjugation set, which I've got myself one of those in my bank right now, which hopefully will be fine. Obviously the spider silk and mystic as well. This is probably for upgrading your armor. Up to tier 70, so that should all be fine. Like that just makes sense, doesn't it? Tier 30, tier 40, some other stuff, maybe some bars, maybe some wool, then subjugation for tier 70. That kind of makes sense. I can believe that. Also got a little bit of wool from the sheep. Again, I'm kind of assuming that a lot of this stuff is going to be from or going to be for rituals. So I haven't gone too crazy on the wool. I've got like 100. Which is obscenely expensive right now, by the way. It's like 60k each. It's ridiculous. But I could always buy more on release day, so I'm not really too fussed. And metal bars, I've got a few of those as well. And of course, the igneous stone for the new Zerk cape and the brazier codex have those as well. So those are the items that I've kind of gone for. But there are other things as well. You can see like subjugation, mystic, igneous stone. Other things as well that I am doing, which may be a little bit more obscure, but I will talk you through them. So, when you complete the Necromancy tutorial, you get given an armor set, you get given some weapons. But those weapons and armors will not be augmentable at that point, because obviously augments happen at tier 70 and above. So, what I am doing is I'm leveling up a set of hybrid armor. I'm doing Sliske here. I'd recommend doing Acrosay, because nobody's really doing Acrosay because they think Sliske is the best one. And it is the best one, but then it gives more armor. You don't get more damage from this. So honestly, get some Acrosay armor, augment it, level it up a bit, if you care for this anyway, and then chuck some perks on it. And things that might be quite useful. The Wise perk, so Wise 4 right here, gives you up to 50k extra XP per day, which probably isn't much in the late game, but that is quite significant in the early game, I would imagine. So we get 50k extra XP, that will help out a lot. Obviously a biting perk, very useful as well. I might change this around to do like depending on what I train, I'm going to prepare for a few things. So one option is do like a ghosty thing. At least when we're like lower level, like maybe like aberrant specters or something. I could always do like Ghost Hunter outfit, and then have like this top with the rest of the Ghost Hunter outfit to do a lot of extra damage to ghosts. But also there's other possibilities. You could have like the biting undead slayer perk, could have the salve amulet for some other things, and also late game I'm thinking maybe abyssal creatures could be quite decent if we're like AoEing slayer mobs. So I'm gonna also make myself some perks that involve Demon Slayer as well. I'll also benefit from the sigils, of course, depending on what we choose, like Undead Sigil, Demon Slayer Sigil. Using these off of cooldown will be very important, I think, just to slightly increase your XP if you are trying to race. But then after that, probably just the usual perks. I'll probably get like a Crankling Relentless, and maybe an Impatient perk as well. So I'll probably ditch the scavenging that's currently on here. So my setup is likely to be this Wise 4 perk. There might be a combo with Wise 4 that I haven't thought about yet. Maybe you can get like Wise 4 Undead Slayer. That'd be insane if you could actually. So I might look into that. I didn't actually think about that until now, but I might investigate. It may not be possible though. And then of course, yeah. So something with Wise 4 and biting, and then down here will be Crackling Relentless and an Impatient perk of some description just to get a bit more adrenaline. And then weapon perks that I'm thinking for Necromancy. I'm not fully set yet, but having... Oh, also wait, I think I forgot to mention Invigorating perk, because we will be auto-attacking a lot. So there's always a chance that maybe I could like separate this after I've got my 50k XP, and then we go back to the Invigorating perk to get more adren on the Necromancy autos. Or maybe there's somewhere else that I can slot it in as well. I'll have to wait and see. But yeah, as for weapon perks, I assume there are some very clever people on PVME that are looking out for weapon perks. Some people are mentioning some like Aftershock and Ruthless combos, which admittedly I haven't looked into yet. But probably a Precise 6 angle, maybe. That's generally the best DPS perk. But probably like a flat out decent one is like Precise 6, Aftershock 1, or maybe like Precise 6 Invigorating or Precise 6. Oh, yeah, maybe you can combo something there. I haven't actually thought about that, so I'm sorry. And then like you know, an Equilibrium 4, Ruthless 3 or something could work out quite well as well. Or maybe like other people are doing, like Ruthless 2 with Aftershock 4, I think, or Aftershock 3. I don't know. I need to have a think about that one a bit more. But you know, it's just something to think about. But yeah, getting to level 20 though on the armor is going to be very important because it makes your perks proc 10% more often, which means you get, you know, biting perk, you get more crits, which is actually incredibly strong, especially when, you know, you're going to be doing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of hit splats. Like having 10% more of them crit is rather large. Well, no, wait, it's not 10% more, but having 10% more of your crits crit. I think that works. Yeah, all very important. So yeah, I am preparing for that. Also, depending on how we train, I reckon early game full book is going to be quite interesting. So I've bought a few pages for that. You don't need too many, and they're also really cheap, by the way. So like 300, there's probably too many. But yeah, they're like 10k each. It's a steal. So yeah, full book early game, I'm thinking, and then maybe later on. Full book may still be the play, of course, but I've also got a couple of hundred grimoire pages that should suffice as well, just in case. There is a chance like a Wen book could be good as well, but luckily I think I also have that. So yeah, I'm kind of like preparing with those 3 books. So full book, grimoire, and Wen book. I'm sure, you know, at least some of them are going to be useful. So I have to see how that goes. I bought a bunch of aggression potions as well, just so, you know, just in case that's any way decent for getting mobs. I've got some cannonballs. I don't know if we should be using cannons or not, because I think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think cannons count for combat XP. But there is a chance that it may be sabotage to use a cannon. I'm not really sure. Same with weapon poison, actually, because I don't think you get XP from weapon poison. So it actually may be a bit of self-sabotage if you weapon poison and cannon. So I'm not quite sure about that one, but I guess it depends what we end up fighting as to how bad it would be or not. But yeah, other than that, I've got a bunch of overloads, like 3k salves and 3k regulars. I might want to get it up to like 5k maybe. I haven't quite decided yet. This is my mainscape account, which generally I do play a bit less than my Iron Man, but this is the account that is 5.6 bill XP and the one that I do want to you know, race Necromancy with, because it'll be just a bit more fun, I think, being able to buy all the runes and stuff that other people are making, and, you know, the ritual materials, whatever we need from that. So that's my plan, is to go really fast on this account, and hopefully we can do it. I've also got a bunch of familiars as well, like Blood Reavers. I might buy some more scrolls, actually. Like 10k scrolls. While a lot, may not quite be enough. Yeah, here's the wool look. It's honestly a bit of a scam, but, you know, I'm hoping we don't need too much. I'll have to see. Just buying a few of these bones as well, just in case. But yeah, let's just buy a little bit more. That'll do. That'll do. Perks of having 22 bill cash, I guess. You can just do whatever and it doesn't matter. But yeah, Blood Reavers might be useful depending on what we're fighting. I've also got a bunch of Calgarian scrolls, I've got a bunch of Ripper scrolls, which I imagine Ripper scrolls I probably don't want, simply because Ripper Demon damage shouldn't equal Necromancy damage. So I reckon Blood Reaver or Calg are probably the way to go. Maybe Calg for the extra crits, maybe Ripper Demon passive for the extra damage when things are low. Maybe Reaver just for the extra healing would be nice. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. But yeah, apart from that, I believe that is about it. And that is my preparations for Necromancy. And then apart from that, you know, it's just having lots of GP available to burn. So I'll have to see how it goes. Maybe it'll end up being expensive, maybe it'll be quite cheap, but I imagine the runes are going to be quite expensive. So if you want to make some money with Necromancy, make sure you, well, craft some runes and do lots of rituals, I think, because there is a lot of money to be made, because people like me are going to be spending bank to try and get some of these materials a little bit faster. So look forward to that if you want to make some money. I'm going to look forward to the attempted speedrun and combat side of things. And yeah, that is my preparations that I'm doing. So hopefully you will find that at least minorly interesting. Maybe you learned a thing or two that you didn't know before, especially with the augmented Slithgate armor, useful up to level 70. Then we'll augment our Necromancy armor that will turn into power gear to be able to do more damage. So that should be interesting as well. So yeah, lots of perks to make. We'll probably do them on various upcoming videos. I'm not entirely sure when. I don't really have a plan. It's just whenever's convenient, I'll do some perkage, and we can try and roll for some perks that we think might be useful when Necromancy drops. But yeah, you'll probably just spot them in the midst of random Iron Man progress videos, most likely. But yeah. Oh, also another thing, Viswax, because Marjorat Aura is probably going to be best in slot for training Necromancy. So I've got that, and I've got a lot of aura refreshes as well. Only 49 right now, but I'm sure we can find some more without too much trouble. Got plenty of marks of bore as well if I need to. So that shouldn't be a problem. Obviously Viswax, if it is Marjorat Aura, we don't actually need Viswax for that, so maybe hold off on the Viz and just use Marjorat, but I actually just forgot about that for a second, because yeah, there's no like Zerk Aura for Necromancy, so yeah, maybe not so much Viz. But anyway, I've also got some like super brews for the boss as well, like the big boss. Might need those, we'll have to see. But yeah, either way, hopefully this helped somebody. But that is, you know, what I'm planning on doing. So yeah, hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching. I hope you're as excited for Necromancy as I am. August the 7th is going to be amazing. And if you want to see a little bit more of our preparation for Necromancy, then do come say hi in the Twitch stream. We'll be grinding pretty much every day to make progress and get ourselves as prepared as we can. Try and take some of those top spots. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully see you on the stream.